Hi, I'm Justin Sheehan. I'm here with Sandy Skiver. Her son actually works for the IMS, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we're here for an exclusive interview.
So yes, he does. He's the Indianapolis 500 manager. He just got a new title a couple months ago. So that's what he does. So he's in charge of the things that happen on race day.
So he's the head honcho.
I don't know if you call him the head honcho. He's one of them that if you want to go visit the track and you want to see your son on race day, forget it. You won't see him all day. He'll be taking care of everything.
I see. So he kind of heads over the operations of the actual 500 race. What kind of things do you know of that he does?
Usually like the people that become involved, like the celebrities that come in, or he makes sure most of them are matched up with somebody that works the track. I know that when Chris Yamaguchi came in and rode in the car and stuff, Dan, it was his job to go ahead and show her around.
Wow. And
Chuck Yeager. And I know that, yes. And then also when Thomas Kincaid came in last year to do the program for the 100th anniversary, Dan took him to the track in November, I think it was, and he spent the day there drawing and taking care of the pictures and stuff, and then produced the anniversary cover for the racetrack.
So he is the one that produced the big, that's like a logo you said, or type of cover type?
It's, no, that was through Thomas Kincaid. This is the stamp.
Oh, a stamp.
That came out today.
Okay.
Yes, and they had a program at 10 o'clock this morning at the track. And it was with the United States Postmaster General. And they came and they did it. In fact, I stopped at the post office and bought some this morning.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So the girls said I had printed up this letter that Dan had sent me and left it there at the post office for him so that they knew that, he had worked on that stamp with the post office to get it produced. So he didn't do the drawing or anything. That was done through design artists. But he was the one that talked to the post office, and
he's the one that oversaw the whole operation.
Right, tried to get it started.
He's kind of like the managerial type guy, make sure the type of guy that makes sure things are in place.
Right, good-natured, good guy,
And I mean, he's obviously a big part of the Indy 500. And,
yeah, he enjoys it. Yes.
And do you ever go down for the race?
Last year was my first year to go. It was very hot, I noticed all around me were servicemen in full fatigues, and some of them didn't even take off their hats, and they had the big boots on, full camouflage fatigues.
Wow.
How they did it, I don't know. Oh, gracious, it was hot.
Well, I'm sure you enjoyed the race. I mean, it's a great experience, I bet.
Yep, it was the first time I'd ever been there. So if you want to get good pictures of the cars, forget it. You have to do it when they're stopped. I learned that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the speed they're moving.
Right. It's a noise.
It's just, you don't even see it. It's just a noise passing by.
It is.
I just want to go back to your son. He is a New Haven alum?
Yes, he is. He graduated in 1994. Played football. Ran track in junior high. Didn't really care for it. He was always fast, but just didn't care for track for some reason.
Yeah.
But, and just really enjoyed football. And was quarterback, but then and I always want to say running back, but I'm not quite sure if that's his exact title. Because then I started thinking, is it tight end? Is it running back? But he was
a football player.
He was a football player, and he carried the ball, and he made touchdowns when they made touchdowns. It was, he loved it. He loved being beat on, and loved the bruises, and
Tough
it was
kid,
real camaraderie with a lot of the boys. It was a good friendship, and I had started cooking breakfast for him.
Ooh.
And so I got to meet a lot of the boys that way. So it was good teamwork. A lot of the parents were involved, and it was my first time to ever do that, and I really enjoyed it. It was a great.
That's pretty cool, and I'm sure that toughness and camaraderie probably translate to his job now at the Indy 500. Right. And do you know how he came about this job? Opportunities, if he just was interested in the race, and
I'm not really sure, because he at one time worked for the Colts.
Oh.
As their college intern when he was at USI down at Evansville. And so, which was great too, because I got to go to some football games too. So whatever it is, we've enjoyed it, and he really enjoys that part of it. But I'm not really sure because he also, when he was in Terre Haute, worked for a bank and a TV station. So he's like that part of the job, the being with the public. He's real good at meeting people.
A people person.
Yes.
And I mean, obviously being the Indy 500, I guess managerial type person, you have to be a people person, especially all those people, those celebrities he met. I mean,
Right.
those opportunities he gained from doing that job.
Sure.
I'm sure you're very proud of him.
I am. He said, and I also, I sent an email out to friends with the note that Dan had sent me about his job. But at the top of it, I did put that I was the mother of Dan and Jenny and Laura, because otherwise the girls will say, Danny's my favorite. Because they've done that their whole lives. That's their joke. So I made sure that all three were mentioned.
Wow. Well, Sandy, I think that's about it for our interview. I just want to thank you.
Well, thank you.
This is I'm really looking forward to this Indy 500, and I just want to thank you for contributing to this Back Home Again Indiana.
Sure.
It's a great competition. Do you know anything about the Back Home Again competition?
Just what I've read and seen, and talking to Deb Ann at the mayor's office and stuff, through the information that I've gotten through Dan, and going just back and forth with her. And I watch a lot of it, and
In the community.
go online. Right. I'm not, I can't say that I'm a real big community person, just because we have a daughter that lives next door to us here, but we also have one in Indy and then Dan. So our allegiances are with my husband's family in Ohio, here, Indy, and Terre Haute.
Okay.
So our time is not always spent in New Haven for everything. And I think the parade and stuff that they had to kick this off, we weren't even in town. We were out of town that weekend.
Well, you can always watch it online.
Right, that's what I said. I saw I went online and watched your video and stuff. I was impressed.
Well, I want to thank you, Mrs. Skiver, for this great interview about your son. That's a great connection with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Indianapolis 500. And I'm Justin Sheehan for NewHaven500.com.